Welcome back to another episode of Borak Bersama Maybank. Gamuda, one of the main developers here in Malaysia, recently is in the news. We do have an update called Postcards from Vietnam. And I think going through this particular report, we have our analyst, Amirah Azmi. I think this is her first time being on the show. Hopefully she'll be able to, basically get through some of the key points of the report. Welcome to the show, Amirah.
Hi, Najib. First of all, thank you so much for having me.
Now, before we get into the details, could you just give us a brief background on the company's latest developments?
Thank you so much for the question. Before I go into the background of the property projects that Gamuda have in Ho Chi Minh City, let us trace back to how they started off in Vietnam. So their presence in Vietnam started in year 2007, whereby they were given the rights to develop a total of 450 acres worth of land, and that project is now known as Gamuda City. Following year, in year 2008, Gamuda's presence in Vietnam expanded down south to Ho Chi Minh City into what is now known as Celadon City Development. So in 2023, which is last year, Gamuda did launch two new other projects in Vietnam, known as the Elysian in Ho Chi Minh City and Artisan Park, which is located in Binh Duong, just outside of Ho Chi Minh City. The Elysian and Artisan Park are known as quick turnaround projects, whereby they are development projects which has less than 5 years of development period. So in total, Gamuda's property projects in Vietnam has a remaining GDV of approximately 22 billion ringgit as at end of FY23. This is based on our estimate, and this making up about 34% of the group's outstanding GDV of 63 billion ringgit for all of its property projects, including those that are located in Malaysia, London, as well as Melbourne.
Seems like Gamuda has a long story in the Vietnam market. Yeah. Now let's talk numbers. How has sales been so far? Are there any estimations on how much this will generate for Gamuda's bottom line?
Okay, so if we talk about sales and how it has been so far, as at 18 May, it is estimated at 1.2 billion ringgit in sales have been locked in for Eaton Park Phase 1. So with that, Gamuda is now one step closer to meeting their 5 billion ringgit sales target for its property operations in FY24. So based on the 1,300 unit earlier bookings, which started 3 months ago for Eaton Park Phase 1, this, by the way, almost double the 680 units on offer. So we would not be surprised if Phase 1 hits 100% pre-sales very soon. We also expect the Eaton Park Phase 1 sales to be reflected in Gamuda's current FY24 sales. And if we talk about future launches, which is Phase 2 and Phase 3, management do target to launch Phase 1 at the end of this year, while Phase 3 will be in FY26. So our rough estimate is that Phase 2 residential could have a GDV closer to 1.6 billion ringgit, whereas Phase 3 residential 1.1 billion ringgit, and the shops commercial units to be about 1 billion ringgit.
Sounds like it's a pretty significant contributor to Gamuda's earnings. So now this begs the question, is Vietnam's contribution here going to be a one-hit wonder, or will this develop into a much more than what's on the surface?
So overall, if we talk about the Gamuda's prospect in Vietnam, we are positive. We do think that the Gamuda land branding is building up nicely. This is after more than a decade in Vietnam, which will help in its future property projects. We raised FY25 earnings by 3% and FY26 by 8% as we uplift our sales assumption for its property QTPs in Vietnam, acknowledging good product location and pricing, rising demand as well as limited supply. We also raised our RNAV target price for Gamuda to 6 ringgit 40 cent, considering upside potential for its QTPs overseas.
Thanks so much, Amirah. Aside to the audience, you can catch our latest report on Gamuda and many more trade ideas on the all-new Maybank Trade MY app. Remember, if you do not have a CDS or trading account, you can apply for one online in just 3 minutes via the QR code on screen now. If you need a more human touch, you can also approach our sales representative and they can help you to get that started as well. With that, I'll catch everyone in the next episode. Until then, it is Najib signing off.